I can loop him in here. You won't be able to see it. That's the only difference. Okay. Okay, and David, you have to join again. People are getting back on. You have to join again. So Andrea, you should join from that. Yeah. You know what? Just let David join and so he could start it. It's just on the website, right? Yeah, but go to the website and join. But let's get it started first. David's not on he's not in the meeting. Are you? David, are you joining? Okay, I am now going to make you a panelist and then a co-host. Okay, now you can share screen. David. David can share the screen. You're already on, Andrea. You're on here. So can I suggest, guys, David, can you be quiet, please? Don't talk to yourself. So Andrea, you want to start the meeting again and say we have a problem? You can sit down and talk to you. What? I don't think it's no, yeah, I think you should. Why don't you guys and I'm here I'll make you so you can talk. But you're not in the meeting yet, are you? Oh, I see. You're Manhattan. Okay, so you can unmute and start the meeting. Okay, turn off your. CD3, welcome to the June executive meeting. We're going to start this short parliamentary procedures workshop from David Crane, a former parliamentarian and there you go, you're sharing. Done it. You're good. It's coming through on the postcard. Hello. David Crane, I used to be a parliamentarian. Three of them trying to summarize the important rules of parliamentary procedure. So first the question is like, why do we need it? It's for fairness and efficiency. Fairness means they need to be democratic. Chair doesn't recognize that people speak. This is just ordinary stuff. And then the third point is important here. Although the ultimate decision rests with the majority, all members have such basic rights as the right to be heard and the right to oppose. That's why we have votes. So for efficiency, large groups of people can't make decisions in the normal conversation. There may be some formal motions to be able to come to decisions. And without Robert's rules or without parliamentary procedure general, meetings will often get probably experienced or observed that. A lot of words on here, but it's the main text. You've just got a few rules, a handful of rules that you need to understand to be able to participate in meetings. First, you need to understand the term main motion. This appears throughout Robert's rules. It's the thing that could become a resolution if it gets passed by a majority vote. It's a draft version of what's going to be a resolution. And all the rules for that motion or those. So when I say the word main motion, that's what I'm talking about. Draft of resolution. A lot of people work on it. So do you want to change something during the meeting? Debate, when we're doing debate, it's more than just shouting off about what you think. It's not expressing your opinion. If you really want something to be changed, there are ways to do it. You need to ask for that change. Cover this, right? That's something to it. Do you want to move the meeting along? These are two things that people want to do. Change something or get the meeting moving. Want to debate doesn't have to go on forever. And there are procedural motions that can be used for that, so we covered that as well. So these are the two things that are like motivating you during meetings. If you want to change something or you want to move along. That's not that easy. Yeah, I sort of this thing of different working drafts and when we are debating motion, like let's say during the expectation report, you shouldn't be talking about parts report before. Okay, that's what when I say the word germane, this is a word. Debate has to be germane to the main motion. You can't talk about what's on the parts report during the transportation report. There are going to be procedural motions that I'm talking about. That either the main motion or the terms of the debate. That's what I said earlier. I change something, or do you want to move things along? After a procedural motion, which I'm going to cover a bunch of them, when they're offered, that is the pending motion. That will be the next one. So this is where you and everybody need to understand. If you have made a motion to amend, that's the only thing that can be talked about until you vote on it. If you have moved to refer something to committee, because you don't want on the floor, we'll talk about these in a few minutes. You moved to refer something to committee, that's the only thing that the board may talk, whether to refer to committee until they vote on that question. That's another term. Word question. Vote on a question. And we use periodically instead of motions. What's the question? What's the call question? What's the question? So amendment process. Oh boy. Remember that I was saying, debate isn't just for you to say what you think. I don't know against it. Here's why. You may want to change it. I want to motivate this by explaining something that happened. We had a motion from my transportation, and it had really four parts to it. It was one resolution that's going to ask for a particular thing that closing out for 4 different locations. One of the board members spoke up, and she's like, I'm on the committee, I'm the board, but you know, there's one area in Chinatown that's different than the others. I don't think she included the motion, therefore I'm against the whole motion. And I was looking at it, thinking like, I don't think it's distracting. I was also running the committee at the time, so I didn't really walk up to her afterwards, but I asked her, why didn't she for that? What do you mean? I said, well, you didn't want Chinatown to be affected. She didn't thought it was appropriate, so and you lost because we passed motions without being amended, so Chinatown, could have moved to amend to remove Chinatown from the motion. If she had done that, there would have been a vote on whether to remove Chinatown from overall motion. I predict that would have passed. Just think back to that situation. And then when the board passed the motion, Chinatown would not be affected. that was a losing strategy to simply state my opinion. I don't think Chinatown should be included. Well, if you really want that change, you need to say, I moved to the new Chinatown from. Anyway, if that happened, so when you want to take the motion, you want to change it with amend, it's a explicit text change. If it's seconded, it's going to get a brief period of debate only on that point. But you will be talking about what the China touch, not whether it's advisable to close anywhere. Focus on the debate, then there would be a vote by show of hands. And after that amendment, then we'll proceed with the rest of the meeting. The past will be debating the motion as amended, and then we'll pass. Now, why do you think that we don't simply say, okay, let's vote now on whether we're going to pass with or without, and then move on to other items? This is something that one chair used to do some when it's clear that there was an alternative being proposed. You would just say, right to them. Raise your hand if you're for version A, raise your hand if you're for version B, we are done. The problem with that is that no one can make another. So we don't do that. We do things in an orderly manner. Make an amendment and vote on the amendment. Back to voting on it. So if you want to make the change better virtually, unanimous consent. Remember I said at the very beginning, every decision has to be made by the majority. That doesn't mean you have to do all of this for every mental thing. There are procedural motions. The chair can just like the chair can say, does anyone object? If not, we will, whatever it is, we will remove China from the motion. The meeting would show their agreement by their silence. Don't say, I don't have an objection. Just don't waste any words in meetings. It comes from you. Just remain silent. And the chair will go, hearing no objection, we decided we will remove China from the motion. Okay? However, if one member says, I object, the chair is going to stop, put it to a domain, allow that person to say why they object, allow someone else perhaps to say why they want it, and then you come to the vote. Okay? So this is called unanimous consent, or does anyone object? I don't care what magic words, they're not magic words, I don't care what words the chair uses. The chair needs to just say. That's pretty fast for you to do. Yeah. Well, here's someone there allowed to make a friendly amendment. When someone says that, what they're really saying is this is not controversial, like they're going to do a grammar change, or they're going to put in a strong word, or maybe who knows. They're adding something that's obvious. Okay. If that happens, they think that no one's going to object. But the chair needs to ask, does anyone object? That is the vote that happens. When no one objects, no one agrees, nothing. It's done. So I would understand the Barfield doesn't allow for it really is a short way to get to that unanimous consent vote. It's incorrect to think that that's the only thing that we'll talk about unfair. That's not right. It's very bad when two people make a decision. Let's say they were in cahoots. So my friend says, I'm friendly difference within Chinatown from. And I would say, I accept that. All right, let's move on. That was two people making a decision, not even asking the whole. Wrong. Okay, so it's always, does anyone object? How do you do this? Do you need? Yeah.
I think the echo is the computer sound.
They're on.
Oh, but it's the sound on. Does it sound like
This is being weird talking about stuff. So,
I just turned the sound on.
okay. I put in three things here. Do you want to leave the meeting on, right? Meetings get bogged down. The chair can do all these things just by themselves, and often they do. Okay, so debate can get tedious. After a while, everyone, specifically this way, everyone can tell who's ready to make a decision, or that the meeting is never going to be ready. But the key is that everyone can tell this, you don't have to study anything about it. So what you can do is you can, for the recognize, wait till your turn, and then say, I'm going to limit debate to 10 more minutes. You could do that, but this hasn't happened very often. The point of that, from doing that in my mind, is that once people know that there's a time limit, they're likely to focus on what's important, right? People have been saying the same thing, or they're anxious to say, now it's all 10 more minutes. They're going to focus. Or I could, raise my hand, and I just said there's more to me, right? I can say, I call a question. If that happens, you're asking that we end the debate. No more debate, not 5 more minutes, no more debate. We'll talk on the next slide about how that's done. But I want to get down to things that you can do. The third one I picked out, so we do it often, is refer to committee. Do that, we think this motion belongs back in committee. Oh my gosh, the transportation, again, set up something which just doesn't make sense to be work, like there's no time constraint on it. Send it back to me. All of those require a decision by the majority, so it requires some sort of unanimous consent, almost surely. That's how let me we're going to talk about, I'm not going to talk about the next debate to X minutes, but the chair can say, does anyone have a problem with just 10 more minutes of debate? Okay, then that's what the chair would do. All the question this time. Sometimes debate is going on and on, you're reading the same points over and nothing has been said in a while. And you know that the meeting is ready to make a decision. And more so, you know that everyone out there also knows there. They'll know it as soon as you say, I call the question, right? If anyone does that, it's to be seconded, so someone should say a second, then the chair should immediately ask. There's a motion to call the question. Raise your hand if you want to close debate. There's no debate on whether to close debate, right? That's not important. You know that everyone already knows this. This is just, let's get to that. Chair knows. Someone called the question, and it was seconded. Who wants to end debate? If that passes, there will be no more debate on the current question, on the pending question. That's what it does. And what happens next? If the pending motion is something like, we're going to go immediately to vote on the amendment. Now, I hold you, don't get you. There's been a bunch of many new members. Every time new members come on, people are like, what are we voting on? Call the question is debate, skip debate, and if there is another vote on the pending motion. So first we have to end debate on the motion, then you vote on the motion. Those are 2 votes. Once you see it in action, I think some notes at the bottom here, but don't try to make questions. Don't say, I am totally against closing these things whatsoever. I call the question. You keep it left. You lost the chance to say, I call the question as soon as you say that. The other thing you do is don't say, I call the question because whatever. There's no because. Everyone is already aware that we're going on. They make their own decisions on their criteria. Don't poison the well by saying, hey, just say call question. The third committees, similarly, you have to do that first or second. But this is the case where you think the most really needs the committee. I already covered this. There does need to be a second, and this one may be debated, but you need to talk about whether it's wise to refer to committee, right? So don't go talking about whether there should be 10 inputers on it. No. You're just debating whether it's wise to send it to the committee or not. Maybe motion is intended for public testimony at a hearing this week. Well, then you can point that out with me, because that's related to whether it goes forward. Yeah, so don't debate whether the main motion is good or bad. Okay. If you're referring to committee pass, and we're not talking about that anymore at this period. And so we definitely. I'm done. We have covered the key rules, and it's important rules that everyone who wants to participate fully needs to understand. Main motions or resolutions in draft form, we are looking at each of the I will call it just in case. Okay. Move to amend is the only way that we can make something change. We can say 5 times in a row, we can say, I think we should do it differently. Nothing happens unless you move to it. So if you really want to vote on something, unanimous consent is the fast way to decide things. There's anyone that's chair should have very fluid. We're going to debate to next minutes. And call the question in the first committee. So change things, like to then move them along by limiting the debate, call the question. Call the question in relation. Okay. Yeah, so we make a point of order. So let's say you realize that, wow, she made a motion to Chinatown from Chinatown, and people are now talking about, whether it should be 10 or 11. That's not the the amendment. So you can say point of order. What is the pending motion? Just for remind them, there is a motion on the floor. Draw the chair's attention to the fact that there's something that hasn't been voted on. So I've drawn a couple diagrams here showing us a stack of amendments. Time is going down on these charts. There's a main motion. You're debating. Someone makes a motion to amend. At that point, the debate is restricted to the amendment. You're debating the amendment, not the main motion. It sounds like someone moves to refer to committee. So you're now debating, now you're debating whether you should refer to committee. It comes to a vote. You should not be debating the amendment itself or the main motion itself. You would go start talking about the amendment. You can say point of order. What's the motion? And the chair should go, yeah, we're talking about first reading. When we vote, let's say we vote no, don't. Now we're back to debating the amendment, but only the amendment. So we'll take a vote. Someone could call the question on the amendment. It's calling the question on the amendment, not on the motion. Because we're now after we're going on the first side. Then they call a question, so they debate. And then you roll back, to the main one. So I hope that's very clear. The other one, just change what happens at the referred committee. So it's the same stack of it's a main motion, someone moves to amend, you're debating, someone moves to refer to committee, you're debating. And then when you vote on a refer committee, if someone votes yes, if the majority votes, it's not on the floor anymore in any form. And that took not just the amendment, took the main motion. So the amendment. So there should always be a pending question. If there's not, then the chair arguably has made a mistake. You shouldn't be having free form debate or nothing. Right? We should always be a draft. So that is at committees. Often you go to committee style and you just got sit around and chat. It's kind of good about free accounts. Or you need to ask
And I'm not seeing captions anymore. Oh, now that I can see mine. Maybe unmute yourself.
Mute. I just unmuted myself. Is the room muted? Because it could be picking up from multiple places.
Yeah, so now it's picking up.
Just came out, so the room got turned off somehow. I don't know when it got turned off, Zach.
I think it's just like, isn't it exactly?
Well, anyway, do people have questions or comments, something they want clarified or point they want to make?
What I suggest we can do is we can re-record it, I would just be back and do that.
Okay,
Set up to.
okay. Work, we've already had enough to get it. A little later, maybe. I'm done.
There's only two people on. Oh, that's why I said we can re-record.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're done, right, David?
I'm done.
So stop.
Okay.
Screen sharing. Thank you.
Stop the share.
And then Andre will have to.